So Taylor Swift is definitely no stranger to this channel. I've made a couple videos talking about this Hollywood musician, how there are people attending her concerts and completely forgetting they've even attended the concert. The only reason they know they went to the concert is because they checked their bank statement and they see there's money missing. They know they purchased the tickets and they know they went that day. They just can't remember any details or what they actually did or what song she sung at her actual concert.
Of the show, calling it post-concert amnesia.
I keep saying this happened to me. Apparently it's universal.
It's actually a neurologic.
That's what happened to 32-year-old Nicole Booz, who saw Taylor earlier this month in Philadelphia.
You spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right? And you can't remember anything?
It felt like so surreal. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that. And just little things like that. But I do remember going to the concert.
Doctors say Taylor amnesia is a very real phenomenon.
And I'm not talking about people that are trying to remember details about a concert they went to a year or 2 years ago. No. These people are trying to remember details about a concert they went to just the night before. But these are just some of the bizarre things that I have spoken about when it comes to Taylor Swift. But I am noticing a new psyop emerge that shows that you are being played by both sides. When people say, I'm left wing or I'm right wing, they're not realizing that these wings belong to the same bird. They are being controlled by the same head. And it's the head that's hiding that you need to pay attention to. So there's a new conspiracy theory going around that involves Taylor Swift and the NFL, that the reason why we're hearing so much about Taylor Swift and in the NFL is that she's going to go and promote Joe Biden. That during the Super Bowl, she's going to make a major announcement that she throws her support behind Joe Biden. And her name, her brand, her popularity is going to allow Joe Biden to remain in the White House. Now, anybody that's using this talking point that Taylor Swift is being used to promote Joe Biden is now labeled a right-wing conspiracy theorist. You're not only given a political label, whether you vote for Joe Biden, vote for Trump, no matter who you vote for, maybe you don't even vote. But if you were to talk this talking point, you're now labeled a right-winger. Not just a right-winger, but also a conspiracy theorist. And we do know that the word conspiracy theorist was created by a 3-letter agency in order to control narratives. So where did this conspiracy theory about Taylor Swift, the NFL, and Joe Biden originate? Well, this conspiracy theory originated on Fox News from Jesse Waters. He played a clip from Johns Hopkins Hospital talking about how Taylor Swift can be used to control and stop misinformation. He went ahead and played this clip.
For combating online misinformation, listen.
You came in here wanting to understand how you just go out there and counter an information operation. Well, the idea is that social influence can help encourage or promote behavior change, so potentially as like a peaceful information operation. I include Taylor Swift in here because she's a fairly influential online person. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yeah, that's real.
So he, out of nowhere, plays a clip all the way back in 2019, a very hard to find clip. I still cannot find this discussion from Johns Hopkins Hospital anywhere on the internet. But I mean, he has millions of dollars. His operation has millions of dollars, so he can scour the internet better than I can. But he plays this one clip where they talk about Taylor Swift being used to stop misinformation. But ever since Jesse Waters played that clip, we have had nothing but article after article, media after media. We had The View, we had MSNBC, CNN, other news networks come out and say right-wingers, deranged conspiracy theorists are attacking Taylor Swift. Beta men, weak men, racists, they're all coming out of the woodworks to attack Taylor Swift. So this is all a part of their game. This is where that head pops out between the left wing and the right wing. This is where that head pops out to create one big psyop, to create one big mental game. Because one side will say something very outlandish, the other side that controls the media will fight back against that side, and there you are stuck in the middle. Now, pay close attention to what Jesse Waters aired on his program about what Johns Hopkins Hospital were saying about Taylor Swift being used to stop misinformation. Now put 2 and 2 together, because that's exactly what they're doing right now. Because if you were to say anything outside that narrative and look like a crazy, kooky conspiracy theorist, well, they're going to say, well, you're just that person that accused Taylor Swift of promoting Joe Biden. Well, let's say another major C-19 breaks out and you're connecting the dots between how that C-19 broke out, or that new disease X broke out, and whoever may have released that C-19, maybe it was a lab leak. Well, you're just that person that accused Taylor Swift of promoting Joe Biden, and she didn't do anything like that. So you look nuts already. Or they might release a new jab that you have to take, or there might be a new conflict that comes out that doesn't look right, and you speak out against the grain. You speak out against their narrative that promotes either this new conflict or this jab, and they come out and say, well, you're that person that attacked Taylor Swift. Baseless claims against Taylor Swift. Now, here's how I see the Super Bowl playing out, and here's the psychological warfare behind the Super Bowl and everything that's going on involving Taylor Swift. We have been seeing a rise of articles claiming that Republicans and right-wingers are attacking Taylor Swift. They are saying that there's this conspiracy theory that Taylor Swift's going to promote Joe Biden at the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, for instance, we have articles coming out where Ram Swami, who dropped out of the 2024 presidential race and endorsed Donald Trump, claimed that the Super Bowl will be rigged in favor of Kansas City Chiefs. This article continues to state that Kelsey's team would defeat San Francisco 49ers, and Ram Swami believes that the Chiefs' victory would set the stage for Swift's endorsement of Joe Biden. His actual tweet on January 29th says, "I wonder who's going to win the Super Bowl next month, and I wonder if there's going to be a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially culturally propped up couple this fall. Just some wild speculation over here. Let's see how it ages over the next 8 months." So after he makes this tweet, what do we see? Vivek goes full tinfoil hat with new Taylor Swift election conspiracy. Right-wing media figures target Taylor Swift with absurd conspiracy theory. Vivek Ramaswamy ridiculed for Taylor Swift's Super Bowl conspiracy. Meghan McCain calls out nutjob Republican Taylor Swift conspiracy theory. So this is the buildup, and it's going to increase over the next week right before the Super Bowl. This psychological warfare is going to explode. This Super Bowl may be one of the most watched Super Bowls in history. And it's going to go one of two ways. I think it's going to go the second way. But the first way, we might see the Chiefs win. Kelsey proposes to Taylor Swift. They become the most popular couple going into 2024. Anything they say or do will pretty much be like butter to the news and media. They will be used to promote a lot. Let's not forget that Kelsey was once used by a jab company that begins with a P to encourage people to get a twofer, a C-19 shot, and a flu shot at the same time. So he was used to promote something like that previously. Or how I'm leaning is that the Chiefs could lose to the 49ers, and this gives a lot of power to stop misinformation. We'll see a lot of people deflect anything that talks outside the narrative with, well, you said the same thing about Taylor Swift. You said the same thing about the Super Bowl and how the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift was going to come out with her endorsement to Joe Biden. Let's say perhaps another Hawaii happens and people link that event to another do. Well, news and media are just going to run with people who attack Taylor Swift, conspiracy theory nut jobs who attacked Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl are now making another wild claim about another incident. So just like those giving that meeting at Johns Hopkins stated, this is how they use Taylor Swift and other celebrities to stop the spread of information by making us look crazy. Let's not also forget that Johns Hopkins, those inside Johns Hopkins, is also behind some very bizarre events and psychological warfare, PSYOPs. Let's not forget Event 201, where the World Economic Forum and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise on October 18th, 2019 in New York. The exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences, including stopping the spread of misinformation during a massive pandemic. Let's look at number 7 on the Event 201 website. Number 7, governments and private sector should assign a greater priority to developing methods to combat mis- and disinformation prior to the next pandemic response. Governments will need to partner with traditional and social media companies to research and develop nimble approaches to countering misinformation. This will require developing the ability to flood media with fast, accurate, and consistent information. Public health authorities should work with private employers and trusted community leaders such as faith leaders to promulgate factual information to employees and citizens. Trusted, influential private sector employers should create the capacity to readily and reliably augment public messaging, manage rumors and misinformation, and amplify credible information to support emergency public communications. Media companies should commit to ensuring that authoritative messages are prioritized and that false messages are suppressed, including through use of technology. So this was on October 18th, 2019. And what did we see play out over the course after October? Well, we saw the actual C-19. And what did we see a lot of? Media, big media, and so forth, combating misinformation about the C-19. A lot of quote-unquote conspiracy theories about the C-19, where a lot of them over time have been proven to be true. So the same people that made this article in October of 2019 were talking about using Taylor Swift and other celebrities as people to stop misinformation, stop the spread of misinformation. And that is exactly what they're doing today by making anybody that talks about Taylor Swift in a negative light look stupid. So they can use that to combat future events where misinformation is spreading rapidly. That is how the game works. But I do want to hear from you. Please comment in the comment section below. In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.